Alonzo Herndon was born on June 26, 1958 in Walton County, Georgia, also known as Social Circle, Georgia, to Frank Herndon, a white farmer, and Sophie, his father's slave, who was a black woman. He worked on his father's plantation until the 13th Amendment was established, which granted him and his family their freedom. Alonzo and his mother, younger brother, and maternal grandparents then became sharecroppers. Alonzo supplied the family with income through day laboring, working as a peddler of peanuts, homemade molasses, and axle grease. This shows a clear sign of his ambitions of making money. In 1827, at 20 years old, Alonzo left his family and moved to Jonesboro, Georgia, where he opened his first barbershop. Herndon's business began to expand, and by 1904, he owned 3 barbershops in Atlanta. His barbershop on 66 Peach Street was decorated with crystal chandeliers and gold fixtures and was known as the best barbershop in the region. Following racial practices in the South, black barbers served a high clientele of white customers that included high offices such as lawyers, judges, politicians, and businessmen. Alonzo saw this as a chance to up his ranks in society and in business, and so used this to his advantage by gaining their acquaintances along with their goodwill. Most of his earnings in the beginning stemmed from his success in barbering and led to his investment in real estate in Atlanta to Florida. Alonzo bought over 100 houses, a large block of commercial properties on Auburn Avenue, and a large estate in Tavares, Florida. By his death, Alonzo acquired $325,000 in real estate. As Alonzo's wealth accrued and grew, he ventured into the field of insurance. He purchased a failing mutual aid company, which he then founded as the Atlanta Mutual Insurance Association, which he gained $5,000 in assets in 1905, which expanded to over $400,000 in assets in 1922. The name was then changed to Atlanta Life Insurance Company that year. He achieved legal status that only included black insurance companies at the time. The company's growth was exponential, and by the time he reached his death, Alonzo Herndon was Atlanta, Georgia's wealthiest African American and was one of the first black millionaires in the United States. Alonzo expanded his operations and established branches in over a dozen states, including Kansas, Kentucky, Missouri, Tennessee, and Texas. Alonzo sought to save other failing black insurance companies by merging Atlanta Life Insurance Company to conserve confidence among black businesses, reinsure policyholders, and save and provide jobs for black men and women. Alonzo's enterprises and businesses then continued on with successful decades after their establishments. In 1893, Alonzo married Adrienne Elizabeth McNeil, a professor at Atlanta University, in which the marriage had major influence and support with Alonzo's businesses and cultural and educational growth. Together, they had one child, Norris Herndon, who inherited his father's wealth and businesses and succeeded him in as the chief executive of the Atlanta Insurance Company. Alonzo and his son built the Herndon home, which became one of the largest mansions in Atlanta in 1910. Today, the home is now registered as a National Historic Landmark. After his first wife's death in 1910, Alonzo married Jessie Gillespie of Chicago, who also aided him in his business and social success life after Alonzo Herndon's death. She assumed a position on the board of directors of Atlanta Life, and her stepson Norris assumed control of Herndon's enterprises as the major stockholders. Alonzo Herndon also supported local institutions and causes such as the Young Men's Christian Association, or the YMCA, Atlanta University, the First Congregational Church, the Southview Cemetery, and the Atlanta Savings Bank with his wealth and accumulated fortune. He was also one of the founders of the Booker T. Washington's National Negro Business League, established in 1900. He was also one of the original members of the Niagara Movement led by W.E.B. Du Bois. My personal interest on this subject is my pure curiosity to know more about Black history that is not normally taught. I heard a little information about Herndon, but not too much, and was eager to learn more. What impresses me the most about Alonzo Herndon was his ambitions and determination to be successful regardless of the social, racial, and political opposition. Herndon accomplished what seemed merely impossible for a black man to do during his time period. Herndon also accomplished all he did accomplish with little to no education. Herndon defied all odds against him and should be revered in history as one of the many representatives of black excellence.